I will be explaining in this lecture two more concepts. One is of covariance between x and y. How it can be found out? Covariance between x and y can be found out by sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n. It is also equal to, covariance is also equal to rxy into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. I have taken this formula from R. R is equal to covariance divided by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. If you will change the side, you will be getting this answer. Covariance is also found out by this method. It is beta of x into beta of y multiplied by variance of market. Variance of market is standard deviation of market whole square. This is also formula used sometime to find out covariance between x and y. Sir, how this formula was derived? In this formula I will derive it, in next formula I will not derive it. Try to concentrate beta. What is beta of x? It is R between x and market multiplied by standard deviation of x divided by standard deviation of market. This is what is beta of x. Let me draw beta of y. Beta of y is equal to R into y market into standard deviation of y divided by standard deviation of market. This is beta of y. What is pending? Standard deviation of market square. Standard deviation of market square will be cancelled. What will remain is R between x and m multiplied by R between y and m multiplied by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y. That's all. Believe me, if you are very comfortable with correlation, multiplication of this two, if m is common, is nothing but rxy multiplied by standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y, which is nothing but equal to covariance xy. Is it all right? So I am writing two formulas for covariance xy. Covariance xy is equal to rxy into standard deviation of x into standard deviation of y, or covariance xy is equal to beta of x into beta of y multiplied by standard variance of market. Sir, how this will be is equal to rxy? If you don't understand, let me take a simple example and prove it. Say x is 1, 2, 3. Market is 1, 2, 3. And y is 3, 2, 1. Believe me, R between x and market is 1. R between y and market is minus 1. I want to find out R between x and y. Let us see x. 1, 2, 3. Y is 3, 2, 1. This R is minus 1. If you will multiply this two, Rxm multiplied by Rym, if you will multiply this two, the answer will be still minus 1. Is it alright? So if you multiply this, what you get is Rxy. This is one new formula in our formula book, that is covariance xy is equal to beta of x, beta of y into variance of market. Is it alright? Next. So this is the formula which will not derive. Is it alright? This you will have to practically mug up. Is it alright? Concentrate. There are two securities which we are considering for our portfolio. Let me take X and Y only. X limited and Y limited. Now onwards X limited will be terming as X, Y limited will be terming as Y. Is it all? If someone asks me how to make a portfolio out of these two securities, by what combination or by what percentage each security should be included in the portfolio so that my risk is minimum. See, I don't want a risk return relationship. I want my risk should be minimum. Now, as you are investing in these two shares, your risk will not be zero. So, zero is not minimum. But I want combination in such a manner that there is highest risk reduction through diversification and my risk is minimum. Sorry. Portfolio creation for a risk is minimum. Sorry. I tell you a simple formula by which you can find out how to find out the percentage of X. Say if the answer comes 10%, X you will have to purchase 10% and Y will you will have to purchase 90% for creating a portfolio where forget about return, risk will be minimum. How to do it? It is variance of Y minus covariance between X and Y divided by variance of X plus variance of Y minus 2 covariance between X and Y. Let me tell you some idea about the logical interpretation of this formula. Otherwise, there is no logical interpretation. We are not deriving this formula. Believe me, it takes 3 or 4 pages just to derive the formula for creating a portfolio which is having minimum risk, that is highest risk reduction through diversification. Sir, if there is a risk reduction through diversification, R should be part of the formula. Is it all? Your R is not part of the formula. Is it all right? Can anyone suggest me R is a part of formula or not? Any student? See, when you consider covariance between X and Y, you are considering R multiplied by standard deviation of both. You are considering R, the answer is yes. Whenever you consider covariance, R is integral part of covariance. This is nothing but the formula by which you can create a portfolio which is having risk minimum. See, on a numerator, what is done is, first they have taken variance of Y itself and then they have deducted variance between X and Y. So in numerator there will be something which is variance of X. It cannot be variance of X, otherwise they will be writing that in numerator you should write down this. It is not this. But see, what is taken is variance of Y minus covariance of X and Y. Is it right? Then in denominator, again see, this is a variance. So what can be deducted from it is variance. Here it is variance of both the securities. There is 2 times variance. So what is deducted is 2 times variance. Is it alright? How exactly this formula is formulated, we are not deriving as I told you. Is it alright? But if anyone tells you, then if you want to find out percentage of X for minimum risk portfolio, you should be having this formula in your mind, that is variance of Y minus covariance between X and Y divided by variance of X plus variance of Y minus 2 covariance between X and Y. Is it alright? With these 2 formula that are new in our formula book, all the formulas we have written yesterday, we are going to do some of the questions of portfolio management. We have started some of the questions of risk and return of securities. Now we are starting it with portfolio. An investor has decided is 4.2.1. An investor has decided to invest 1 lakh in the shares of two companies, namely ABC Limited and XYZ Limited. The projection of return from the shares of the two companies along with their probabilities are as follows. So this is return and this is probability. You are required to comment on risk, return and risk of investment in individual shares. So what you need to find out is a risk and a return of individual shares. We are not yet in portfolio. First I am finding out of ABC and then I will be finding out of XYZ, risk as well as return. Start it. ABC. How to find out return is weighted average return. But when you will be finding out average, you will be getting answer of weighted average return. 12, 14 minus 7, 28. Probability is 0.2, 0.25, 0.25, 0.3. First I need to find out X bar, and believe me, X bar is nothing but weighted average return or sigma XIPI. Not weighted average return because we are not doing portfolio return. It is just an individual security return. Let me find out what is the answer. 12 into 0.2 is equal to M plus 14 into 0.25 is equal to M plus 7 into 0.25 is equal to M minus 28 into 0.3 is equal to M plus. MRC is 12.55. This is X, this is PI, this is XIPI. It is 12.55. We need to find out this is return of average return of ABC. It is 12.55%. How to find out standard deviation of security? Can anyone help me out? How to find out standard deviation of security? By that long formula or by that short formula? Or I am speaking something else? Yes, Mahek?
We can find by the short formula.
That is weighted average risk?
Yes, I will have to refer it.
No, concentrate. When you are going that long formula and short formula, you are talking about portfolio risk and not individual security risk. Individual security risk, you have learned it at your lower standard foundation. Is it alright? How to find out standard deviation of security? Is sigma x minus x bar into P under root. Is it alright? Don't forget, you need standard deviation of security also can be found out. That long formula, short formula, Markowitz model is when you are finding out standard deviation of portfolio and not of individual security. Here it is asked of individual security. Is it alright? See, what I will be doing is, I am having calculator, so I will not be using alternate formula. I will be just using this formula. I will be finding out over here x minus x bar into P, and this will be in my memory. Start it. And then I will be doing under root. Start it. 12 minus, x minus x bar whole square into P. There is a standard deviation when the probability is given. It is a 12 minus 12.55 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.2 is equal to M plus 14 minus 12.55 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.25 is equal to m plus 7 multiplied by 7 minus, it will be plus, right? Minus plus, is it not? 7 plus 12.55 is equal to, now the sign will be in minus, but I am doing square of it. So never mind whether the sign is in minus. Multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.25, and it will be m plus 10. 28 minus 12.55 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.3 is equal to m plus. MRC is 167.74. I need to do under root of it. Under root is a 12.95. It is a 12.9. This is a standard deviation of ABC. Are you getting it? When you do the sum, you understand that every time that full-fledged formula is not to be used. You are not finding out standard deviation of portfolio, you are finding out standard deviation of security. Let us do for XYZ. It is 16, 10, 28 minus 2. Probability will be remaining same. Let me find out Y bar. That's all right. XYZ, I am treating it as Y. Is it all right? It is 16 multiplied by 0.2 is equal to m plus 10 multiplied by 0.25 is equal to m plus 28 multiplied by 0.25 is equal to m plus 2 multiplied by 0.3 is equal to m minus. MRC is 12.1. So Y bar is nothing but 12.1. Let me write down probability 0.2, 0.25, 0.25 and 0.3. And this is return of XYZ is a 12.1 percentage. This is a return of ABC, which is 12.55. I will be finding out in my calculator sigma x minus x bar whole square into P. Why? Standard deviation of security is under root sigma x minus x bar whole square into P. I will be doing this, then doing under root, I will be getting the answer. Let me do it in calculator. 16 minus 12.1 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.2 is equal to m plus 10 minus 12.1 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.25 is equal to m plus 28 minus 12.1 is equal to multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.25 is equal to m plus 2. It is not minus 2 minus 12.1. It is a plus 12.1. It is remaining minus, but I am actually doing square. So square will remove the negative sign. Multiplied by 0.3 is equal to m plus. MRC is 126.99, but I need to do under root of this. Under root of this is 11.27. These are risk and return of portfolio. See the question. Comment on return and risk of investment in individual share. We need to even comment. Is it correct? Return is higher, risk is higher. Comparatively, return is lower, risk is lower. No need to find out Sharpe's ratio and Trainer's ratio. because they are individual securities. It is absolutely alright. You can just comment. Compare the risk and return of these two shares with the portfolio of these shares in equal proportion. Now try to understand. Those were individual securities which you are finding out. Now we are creating a portfolio. Now we are creating a portfolio. What will be portfolio? ABC 50% and XYZ 50%. This is my portfolio. What will be portfolio return? Weighted average return. Now you can speak this because now you are talking about portfolio. ABC and XYZ. ABC return is 12.55. XYZ return is 12.1. Weight is 0.5, 0.5. You will be getting answer of 12.325 percentage. What is this? Sigma IW divided by sigma W. This is weighted average return of a portfolio. Weighted average return of portfolio. Is it alright? Now, try to concentrate how to find out weighted average risk. Weighted average risk or risk of the portfolio or standard deviation of portfolio. Try to concentrate. What is the risk of ABC and XYZ? ABC risk is 12.95. XYZ is 11.27. And the weight is 0.50, 0.50. Sigma IW divided by sigma W. This is a standard deviation of portfolio. Is it alright? This is not correct. This you cannot do. Some student need to give me answer. Any student can give me answer why we cannot do this. When we can use this formula for a risk of portfolio. Sachin?
Sir, because the
when we can use this formula, standard deviation of portfolio?
when we are finding for individual security.
No. Anyone? Mac?
When R is equal to 1.
When R is equal to 1. This does not consider risk reduction through diversification. Is it alright? You can use this only if R is equal to 1. Sir, R is not given, but the data is given. If the data is given, you can find out covariance. If covariance is found out, the standard deviation of X and Y is available. It's alright. If everything is available, you can find out R on your own. Once you find out R on your own, you should use Markowitz formula to find out standard deviation of portfolio. Is right? Sachin, you are on incorrect side because standard deviation of security is risk of the security. Is it alright? So standard deviation can be found out by normal statistical formula. But when you go to this side, there is blue color side. Is it right? This blue color side. Is it alright? This side. Then ultimately what you are doing is on this blue color side, ultimately what you are doing is you are finding out a risk and return of portfolio. Then that will come into picture whether you should consider risk reduction through diversification or not. Is it alright? Now understand, standard deviation of X is available, standard deviation of Y is available. I need R because in Markowitz formula R is required. Let me find out standard deviation of portfolio. How it can be found out? It is a standard deviation of 1 whole square into weight of 1 whole square plus standard deviation of 2 whole square into weight of 2 whole square plus 2 into standard deviation 1, standard deviation 2, weight of 1. Let me use that covariance formula. Is it alright? That is also applicable. 1, 2 into covariance between 1 and 2. Is it alright? You can use the standard deviation of 1, standard deviation 2 into R. Is it alright? Both formulas absolutely are same. There is no difference. Can I find out covariance between X and Y? Yes. Covariance between X and Y can be found out by general formula. Which formula? Sigma X minus X bar Y minus Y bar upon N. Here there is probability which is given, so into P. Is a general statistical formula. You can find out covariance between X and Y. Is it alright? What will be X minus X bar Y minus Y bar into P? Let me write down directly in calculator. X minus X bar into Y minus Y bar. No, I'll have to write down X minus X bar column. X minus X bar Y minus Y bar into P. X minus X bar is 12 minus 12.55 is minus 0.55. 14 minus 12.55, it is 1.45. Minus 7 minus 12.55, it is minus 19.55. 28 minus 12.55. It is 15.45. I am finding out Y minus Y bar. Y minus Y bar is 16 minus 12.1. Let me find it out over here. 16 minus 12.1 is 3.9. 10 minus 12.1 is minus 2.1. 28 minus 12.1 is 15.9, and minus 2 plus 12 minus 12.1 is 14.1, minus 14.1. Let me copy this down over here. 3.9 minus 2.1 15.9 minus 14.1. This will be negative sign, this will be negative sign, this will be negative sign, this will be negative sign. Probability is 0.2, 0.25, 0.25, 0.3. Multiply these three columns. I will be getting answer of covariance. All these three. This answer is nothing but covariance. Let me do it. 0.55 multiplied by 3.9 multiplied by 0.2 is equal to 0.429. Negative 0.429. 1.45 multiplied by 2.1 multiplied by 0.25 is equal to minus 0.76125. 19.55 multiplied by 15.9 multiplied by 0.25, it is 77.71. 15.45 multiplied by 14.1 multiplied by 0.3, 65.35. Everything, if we had done m plus, it would have been correct. 0.429 plus 0.761 plus 77.71 0.71 plus 65.35. 429, 761, 77, 65.35. 144.25. 144.25. Negative is the covariance between X and Y. Is it all? All other information I am having it. Just let me put in this formula and I'll be getting standard deviation of portfolio. Is it all? Standard deviation of 1 square is 12.95 square. Weight is 0.50. Plus standard deviation of 2 square is 11.27. 11.27 square, 0.5 square. Plus 2 into 0.5 into 0.5 minus 144.25. Now I can use directly calculator and find out the answer. 12.95 multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 0.5 is equal to m plus. This is this answer. 11.27 multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 0.5 is equal to m plus. This is the second answer. 2 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 0.5. This is multiplied by 144.25 multiplied by 144.25, and this will be m minus, because ultimately this will be converted into minus. So it is m minus. MRC is 1.5538. If I do under root of this, it is 1.24. I don't think this much. No, it is this much. Is it all? 1.25. Is it all? This answer is 1.25%. That's all. See how much risk reduction through diversification has happened. What was the risk of the portfolio over here? If you will calculate it, it will be between 11 and 12. That's correct. We have not calculated it because we should not calculate. We should always consider risk reduction through diversification. And here, after risk reduction through diversification, it is 1.25% if both are in 50-50 percentage. Is it correct? This is risk of portfolio. Sachin, you are on the line. Let me clear your point. Is it correct? What is this standard deviation? 12.95. It is standard deviation of portfolio or standard deviation of security?
It is a standard deviation of security.
This 11.27?
Standard deviation of
and this 1.25?
Deviation of portfolio.
It is standard deviation of portfolio. When you are finding out standard deviation of security, you are finding out standard deviation of one variable, and you can use a statistical formula to find out that answer. The portfolio's related formula, risk reduction through diversification, Markowitz, will come into picture only when you are talking about portfolio. Sorry. Third question in the same question is, find out the proportion of each of the above share to formulate a minimum risk portfolio. Let me say ABC Limited is X and XYZ Limited is Y. ABC Limited is X and XYZ Limited is Y. How to create minimum risk portfolio? Percentage of X will be is equal to variance of Y minus covariance between X and Y upon variance of X plus variance of Y minus covariance to covariance between X and Y. Variance of Y. What will be variance of Y? What is standard deviation of Y? It is 11.27 square. Will be variance of Y minus covariance between X and Y minus. So this was multiplied by minus. It is minus 144.25 upon standard deviation x square. It is 12.95. square plus 11.27 square minus 2 minus 144.25. This is 11.27 multiplied by is equal to, is this answer? Minus minus will be plus 144.25. It is 271.2629 is numerator. Can I do this in calculator? Yes. 12.95 into is equal to m plus 11.27 into is equal to m plus. So this both are in memory. This minus minus will be plus. It is 2 multiplied by 144.25 is equal to m plus. MRC is 583.2154. The answer is 271.2629 divided by 583.2154 is equal to 270, it is 0.46 or 47 approximately. 0.46 should be percentage of X. Then what should be percentage of Y? 0.54. See, we have understood and mugged up this. We have not practically understood this formula. We have mugged up this formula. But let me explain you what will be answered. If you create your portfolio where ABC Limited is 46% and XYZ Limited is 54%, this portfolio is best? No. This portfolio is having highest return? No. This portfolio is having highest risk return measurement, that is Sharpe's ratio or Trainer's ratio? No. This portfolio because it is combination, will be having minimum risk. Is that right? This will not be having optimal this is not optimal portfolio, but this is minimum risk portfolio. My question to student is, here the risk will be minimum. Whether it will be less than 1.25% or more than 25%. This combination was 50-50%. Whether it will be more than 1.25% or less than 1.25%. Deepak? Aarti? Kajal? Stuti?
Sir, less than 1.25%.
Less than 1.25%. This is minimum risk portfolio. Any other combination you suggest, it will be having standard deviation of portfolio higher. This combination will be having lowest or minimum standard deviation of portfolio. With this combination it is 1.25%. With this combination it will be less than 1.25% because there will be more risk reduction through diversification. Is it right? To logically understand this formula somewhat, you can find out the standard deviation of portfolio with this. If you will be finding out with this, believe me, the answer will be less than 1.25% and that portfolio will be minimum risk portfolio. Is it all right? So question number 4.2.1 was somewhat good question. Alright, let us go to 4.2.2. A return on stock A and market portfolio. This is stock A return. This is market return. for a period of 6 years are as follows. You are required to determine characteristic line. What is characteristic line of stock is nothing but alpha plus beta into Rm. That's correct. This is nothing but characteristic line. Y is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm, where Y is expected rate of return. That's all. We need to find out beta of security. No, but first we need to find out Rm. Let me find out Rm. That's all. First, for finding out return of both the, let me find out return of both the security, average return of both the security. No probability is given, so I can find out simple average 12 plus 15 plus 11 plus 2 plus 10 plus 12 divided by 6. It is a 10.33.
Sir, 12 is minus, not plus. Last one.
Thank you. 12 plus 15 plus 11 plus 2 plus 10 minus 12 is equal to divided by 6. It is 6.33. Now it is correct. A bar is a 6.33. It is a return of A security. Let us run return of market. Or M bar. It is 8 plus 12 plus 11 minus 4 plus 9.5 minus 2 divided by 6. It is 5.75. Alright. For finding out beta of security, try to understand beta of portfolio. No, it is weighted average beta, believe me. Beta of security is nothing but, how to find out beta? I will need R between X and market, that is in this case A and market, multiplied by standard deviation of A divided by standard deviation of market. So I will require covariance also, I will require standard deviation also of both the securities, and then only I can find out beta. Let us keep first target to find out beta. Is it alright? So which all columns will be required? It is X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar, X minus X bar into Y minus Y bar. Let me give some space. Is it all? Other all things I will be doing it on calculator. I want X minus X bar, Y minus Y bar, and X minus X bar into Y minus Y bar. Let us take first X. This I have taken as X, this I have taken as Y. So this is 12 minus 6.33. 12 minus 6.33 is equal to 5.67. 15 minus 6.33, 8.67. 11 minus 6.33, 4.67. 2 minus 6.33. It is minus 4.33. 10 minus 6.33. It is 3.67. Minus 12 minus 6.33 is plus. So it will be 18.33 minus. This is X minus X bar. I am finding out Y minus Y bar. It is 8 minus 5.75. 2.25. 12 minus 5.75. It will be 6.25. 11 minus 5.75, it will be 5.25. Minus 4 minus 5.75 will be minus 9.75. 9.5 minus 5.75, 3.75. Minus 2 minus 5.75 is minus 7.75. X minus x bar, y minus y bar. 5.67. I'm interested only in total, not interested individually, so I can just make out total of this. 5.65, 67 multiplied by 2.25 is equal to m plus. 8.67 multiplied by 6.25 is equal to m plus. 4.67 multiplied by 5.25 is equal to m plus. 4.33 multiplied by 9.75 is equal to, minus minus will be plus, m plus. 3.67 multiplied by 3.75 is equal to m plus. 18.33 multiplied by 7.75 is equal to m plus. MRC is 289.5. I hope the answer is correct. Start it. What I require is the first standard deviation of A. Is it alright? What I require first is standard deviation of A. Let me find out standard deviation of A. A, we have taken it as x. Is it alright? So it is sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n under root. Is it alright? Let me find out this directly. Sigma x minus x bar whole square. Am I having? Sigma x minus x bar. I just need to do square divided by n. N is 6 under root. Is it alright? I am doing it in calculator. 5.67 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 8.67 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 4.67 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 4.33 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 3.67 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 18.33 multiplied by is equal to m plus. MRC is 497.33 divided by 6 is equal to, this will be variance, under root is 9.104. It is 9.104. Let me verify whether my calculation is correct or not. Okay. They've calculated it in another manner. Standard deviation of y. I'll have to do it again. This is standard deviation of market, because y we have taken as market. It is sigma y minus y bar whole square upon n under root. Sigma y minus y bar whole square upon n under root. I'll be directly doing it in calculator. Y minus y bar I am having. I'll be doing square of it. 2.25 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 6.25 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 5.25 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 9.75 multiplied by is equal to m plus. Even if it is negative, when you do it square, it will become positive. 3.75 multiplied by is equal to m plus. 7.75 multiplied by is equal to M plus. MRC is 240.875 divided by 6 is divided by N. This is variance. If I do under root, 6.33 is nothing but market standard deviation. 6.33 is market standard deviation. Is it all right? I will require even R. Is it all right? R is covariance upon standard deviation. Am I having covariance? Yes. Is it right? This is my covariance. Sigma x minus x bar, y minus y. Let me find out covariance between x and y. Sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon n. This figure I am having 289.5 divided by 6. 289.5 divided by 6 is 48.25. 48.25. Let me find out R. R will be is equal to covariance between x and y divided by standard deviation of x divided by standard deviation of y. This is R between A and market. We have taken A as x and market as y. Covariance between x and y is 48.25 divided by standard deviation. We are having it over here, 9.104 into 6.33. So it will be 48.25 divided by 9.104 divided by 6.33. It is 0.84. Let me write down 837. Is nothing but R. Is it R? I want answer of beta. Beta is equal to R. A and market multiplied by standard deviation of A divided by standard deviation of market. Is it right? We could have used alternate formula, but we have found out everything, so let us not use that. 0.837 multiplied by standard deviation of A is x, 9.104 divided by 0.837. This will be 9. It is 6.33. 0.837 multiplied by 9.104 divided by 6.33. It is 1.2037 or 1.20 is nothing but beta. Let me verify whether our beta is coming correct or not. Yes. 1.20 is nothing but beta. Is it alright? Alright. Let me find out alpha. Is it alright? Now try to concentrate. Characteristic line is very similar to regression line. For finding out alpha, I can use this. Y bar, alpha is equal to Y bar minus beta into X bar. Is it alright? What is Y bar? Is market rate of return? Is it alright? What is market rate of return? Try to concentrate. I'll explain you what is this formula. We have done this for first time. Is it alright? Alpha is equal to Y bar minus beta into X bar. What is Y bar? Y we have taken as market. And average of market is 5.75. So it is 5.75 percentage minus. What is X bar? X bar is 6.33. A we have taken as X, so it is 6.33 into beta 1.20. Let me find out individually. 5.75 percentage minus 6.33 multiplied by 1.2. It is 7.596 percentage. Now, what is alpha? Understand, if you want to find out Jennesson's alpha, you will have to write down A, B, C and all that point, and you will be getting answers of Jennesson's alpha. But if you want to find out alpha in this manner, see what is this? The rate of return market is earning. What is this? Expected rate of return. This is nothing but expected rate of return. Rate of return which actually market is earning. Your expected rate of return is this. Then the difference, if this was higher, this would be termed as abnormal return. This is abnormal loss. Is it alright? So, what is the abnormal loss is 5.75 minus 7.596. It is minus 1.846. Minus 1.84.
It should be what we are, what the market is earning compared to what we are earning. The formula is wrong, I guess.
Alright, what do you say? This should be what?
Reverse. 5.75 into 1.2.
This is what market is earning, right? This is what is not we are earning. This is our expected rate of return in some manner. How? What you are earning? 6.33. No, it is actual rate of return. Sorry.
Expected minus market. No, then.
This is actual expected. No, this is expected because it is multiplied with risk. See, let me take this market earning as actual earning. Take this market earning as actual earning. My security will be earning as per market. It is not always true. It is not at all true. But let me take this. Then this side is alright. What you are earning actually 10%. What is your expectation? 8%. Your alpha is positive 2. What you are actual earning? What you are expected earning. What your actual earning is 8%. What is your expected earning is 10%. Then alpha is minus 2. That's alright. So it will be always actual minus expected and not expected minus actual. That's alright. But understand, in this case, sir, alpha should be found out in this manner. Concentrate. Because we have learned it, we should find out alpha in this manner. Alpha is equal to actual rate of return minus RF plus beta into RM minus RF, which is expected rate of return. Is it alright? But this is not available. RF is not available. Is it alright? Then, sir, let us use that alternate formula whereby we are cancelling this. Is it alright? It is nothing but if we cancel this, your alpha can be determined as alpha actual rate of return minus beta into RM. Yes, just a minute. So it should be alpha is equal to actual rate of return minus beta into Rm. Can I use this? Yes, is it alright? I can use this. So alpha will be is equal to actual rate of return of security, because I am finding out alpha of security. What is of security is 6.33 minus beta is 1.2 into market. Market is 5.75. I think it is written reversely in previous formula. It is 6.33 minus 1.22.
Sir, it is always actual minus expected.
Yes,
That's what you made us write even in the characteristic line. RP, that is return of portfolio, minus beta into RM, that is expected ROR. So what you have done is correct. Now this one is correct.
alright. It is minus 0.57. Yes, it should be done in this manner. Let us not use this formula. Here it should be x bar minus beta into y bar. Is it alright? This is also correct. X bar is 6.33 minus 1.2 into y bar is 5.75. You will be getting same answer. It is minus 0.57. So alpha is minus 0.57. Alright, where I got this alpha from? I have found it out from characteristic line itself. What is characteristic line? Actual rate of return, it is not actually actual rate of return, it is expected rate of return, is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm, that modified version of characteristic line. Instead of actual rate, expected rate of return, I am taking here actual rate of return because now it is available and I want to find out alpha of the security. So how to find out alpha? Actual rate of return is 6.33 is equal to alpha plus beta is 1.2 into Rm. What is Rm? Is 5.75. I am doing this because we need not understand then another formula. Is it alright? You can just find it out from characteristic line. So alpha will be minus 0. I've written it somewhere. Let me do it again. 5.75 multiplied by 1.2 minus 6.33. It is minus 0.57. Will be alpha. And please understand what is asked is characteristic line. So characteristic line, you will have to write down the equation. You don't have to draw the line, but you will have to write down the equation, whereby y is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm. See, whenever you write down line in form of equation, this is how you should write down. Y. Y should be kept as it is because it is dependent variable. This is origin. This you need to write it down. Minus 0.57. Plus this is scale. What is scale? Beta. What is beta? It is 1.2 into Rm. Start it. What is Rm over here? Return of market is given. Yes, it is 5.75. Or you can write down this. Beta into 5.75 because beta will be independent variable on x-axis and this is nothing but characteristic line. Alright. Please understand you don't have to fill up what is y and what is beta because if you fill up y and beta you will not be getting the answer, and if you fill up beta you will be getting expected rate of return with that beta. Is it alright? This is nothing but characteristic line. Let us go to second question, which is find out systematic risk and unsystematic risk of stock A. I want someone of you to help me with the systematic risk of portfolio. What is the formula? Systematic risk of portfolio, not in terms of beta. You'll have to refer it out. Let me explain you this once again. For finding out systematic risk of portfolio, we write down systematic risk of portfolio, systematic risk beta of portfolio. If systematic risk is of a security, here it is A, it will be AA. So beta of A is 1.2. Standard deviation of market is 6.33. So systematic risk in form of standard deviation is 7.596. But I want to find out systematic risk in form of variance, and the total risk in form of variance is required. So total risk in form of standard deviation we are having. If we do square, we will be getting answer of total risk in form of variance. Systematic risk in form of standard deviation we are having. If we do square, I will be getting systematic risk in form of variance. Unsystematic risk is nothing but total risk minus systematic risk. Is it alright? This is nothing but unsystematic risk. Sorry. I think we are having somewhat problem in alpha in this formula which I have written. This is please understand, this formula is taken from regression line. This is a regression line of x on y, and so this type of formula is used. Is it alright? And believe me, this will be nothing but, if I derive this formula, this is alpha, x bar is a security A minus beta into y bar is a return of market. This is return of A minus return of market. If I put this on the side, return of A is equal to alpha plus beta into RM, which is nothing but characteristic line. So characteristic line, by putting actual rate of return, you can find out origin. Is it alright? Once you find out origin, you can plot a characteristic line like this. This was first and second question of our relevant questions. 4.2.1, 4.2.2.